YouTube. Today I have here Pioneer MVH-S100UI. Really cheap 1-DIN head unit with a no CD bay, because it is a multimedia device. Has a not a Bluetooth in but a AUX and USB, and we will be checking the internal amplifier, distortion and the RCA output distortion. Now I have here a 40 Hz 0 dB song made by myself, and we'll be just raising the volume here and checking out how it performs. Keep in mind, these Pioneers does not have any subwoofer level or this kind of adjustments. It only has in here subwoofer control. No, subwoofer control has a small of LPF with a little bit of boost. You can get it from here, but it's not a subwoofer level like in Alpine head units. Also we have loudness and a normal bass boost here. We will be checking out what those alter the signal. So going now back, we'll be just raising the volume here. 25, 26, 30, everything still looks okay. We are getting over 40, and now we get distortion in our front speaker side in the internal amplifier. Now if I just turn a little bit volume down, we'll find out that at around 41 volume we are getting a little bit of distorted. Now 40 is still clear and 41 is a little bit distorted. So on the RCA, now on the RCA side, our volume here is 40, and then we start to raise the volume. 42, 45, 46, 7, 8, 9, 50. We can actually put this a little bit higher. Now that's the highest. 51, 52, 53, 4, 5, 6. 55 is still undistorted and 56 is distorted. Actually, as you can see, the internal amplifier is now very much high in distortion. It's almost complete square wave. Now, so the internal amplifier goes around 40 to 41. 40 is clean, and the RCA output into subwoofer size goes in 55, I think. 55 was clean, 56 is distorted. So now let's check it out, what kind of this bass boost and this kind of stuff affects on the audio side here. If we put a where's the loudness? Loudness low, loudness medium, loudness high. As you can see, it affects on the both. So the RCA also goes into distortion, and if we lower the volume here when we have a loudness high, I need to drop it down down to 40s, 40 RCA, 49, 50, that's around 52, still okay. 52 still okay for the RCA side, and we need to go down to like 20s with the internal amplifier. 27 still okay. Now as you can see, it affects on the RCA also, very good to keep in mind. Then we can check the audio. Let's take the loudness off and go to the bass boost. Put it on maximum. Maximum bass boost. No bass boost. So 1.81 volts, 0.16, and then raise it. So this goes up like very much, 4 times as much. Now if I just put the volume back up, like in the 40s range. As you can see, we are now distorted very heavily here. With the bass boost on, we can actually go like almost up to 30s. It is volume 28 now, then this is undistorted still, but we have so low on the RCA side. Now if we check in here, audio, bass boost, if we lower this down, it only affects the internal amplifier, not the RCA. So the bass boost does not work in the RCA, but the loudness will affect on both. Now the last thing in here, we have a Sla settings here. Then actually alters a little bit on the, actually quite a bit of on the signal side, on the internal amplifier and the RCA side. So with Sla maximum, we can now crank the volume up to around 32, 33 is a little bit on distortion, so 32 we have 0.32 volts here. But these all settings, boost and everything, just leave them be. I think it's actually quite good to have a undistorted signal in your head unit and inside your RCA. So you really don't need, if you are boosting, you need to lower down the volume. If you are using, let's say, we can use up to like 41 with the internal amplifier on. We can use 41 volume and we can still have quite a bit of RCA output there. Only thing that actually the loudness affects on both, so we cannot raise the voltage of the RCA output individually. So with that keeping in mind, so we need to put everything in the RCA outputs. Now on the last video somebody asked me that what about the front end output, is it the same? I will be just putting the SLA out from here, where was it, audio, and then the SLA back to 0. So I will be now just raising the voltage, volume here, 30, 40, 41, 42, and on the same volume on the 40, 41 gets a little bit distorted, and then the RCA output should be around 50, I think it was 55, 54, 55 goes distorted. So the output of the subwoofer and the front end, it will still remain the same, the RCA output. Now that was about it. Like if you like, dislike it. If you dislike, and leave a comment what do you think about these clipping tests. What head unit I should be testing next, a Pioneer head unit or an Alpine head unit. This is the cheapest of the Pioneer setups, only around, was it like 69 or 99 euros, really cheap multimedia device, and with a okay-ish output. The maximum volume we can get is around 8.88 voltage, so it's around like 4 times 10 watts out from the head unit. Still quite okay. But we see you on the next video. Bye bye.